Hello, I'm Chris Watkins, and I'm here today to chat with you just very briefly about the 5-year grant application. Perry Davis and I will be conducting a workshop on the 5-year grant application in April in Florida, and this is part advertisement and part explanation to the 5-year grant. The 5-year grant is expected to be the culmination of your planning, not the origin. In other words, you want to have your community assessment up to date. You want to have your self-assessment up to date. You want to have done the analysis questions of asking what data do we have and what is the data telling us. And you want to be able to sit down and discuss, explain, and plan your future with the board, the policy council, and your staff, as well as community partners, long before you sit down to start the creation of your 5-year grant. One of the items that is naturally going to be very important in 5-year grants is the community assessment. We have wonderful data that's available now. We should be using it. Community Commons is a wonderful resource. We should use the information. We should make the analysis, and we should have these honest conversations of what do we want our program to look like over the next 5 years. We may need a reduction. We may need a reduction but want to retain the funding. We may need to convert Head Start to early Head Start slots. We may have to change how services are delivered and then try to plan out what those changes mean within our organization and our management systems. But these need to be tackled well before you sit down to write your 5-year grant application. As I said, the application is due from all of us to the Office of Head Start. It goes into the regions, and it's only 60 pages long. Now, that's not a lot of paper space to be able to explain if you're making changes. If you're not making changes, then your first year is just a baseline year and things are quite simple at that point. But if you're making any sort of change, you have a baseline year that includes change, and you have to be able to explain that to your federal funding source. So we have to be ready for back and forth with the regional office and possibly the national office if we're attempting to make changes. We have to be very concise in the information that we're providing, and we have to show how our program has intentionally set about to plan the provision of services over the next 5 years. Now, we would love to have you come with us to Florida for this training event, but if you find that you've got questions and can't get to Florida for this training event, feel free to contact us. You've got the website, you've got the telephone number, and we look forward to your questions. Thank you very much.